Okay, cool. So we got 3 things to go over: urea cycle, DNA and RNA, and special products. I would like to start with special products, then move to DNA, RNA, and finally do the urea cycle. The reason as such is because I need to brush up on the urea cycle. Very honestly, I'd have to take another look at it real quick, so I'll probably do that when I give you guys something to do for DNA, RNA, because I have a good plan for that so far. Sounds good? Sounds good. All right. Also, my green pen is dead, so I randomly stole this from another room, but don't tell anyone. And it's not very good either. I'm planning on buying more, so sorry. My usual color coding is not going to be as good. Do you? Oh my goodness, hell yeah. Nice. All right, this is great news. I'm going to pull up the notes that I'm going to read from, which are the Biochem I amino acid classification notes that include the special products at the end. Part of this is somewhat related to the homework that you guys had. I think I looked over it and it was talking about B9 and B12 and sulfur-adenylyl methionine and sulfur-adenylyl homocysteine. Yeah, so Sam and Saw. So let's kind of break down what's happening. During our special reactions, we're making important products. Easy peasy. We're making epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, and L-dopamine as our kind of main focuses for this general pathway. We're starting with an alanine and going to a phenylalanine. Alanine. That looks right enough. Can anyone easily tell me the difference, just based off the word? What's the difference between an alanine and a phenylalanine? It has a phenol group. Fantastic. It's like, you guys are geniuses. So H3N, 2 carbon, 2 hydrogen, 2 COOH. And an alanine has what for its side chain?
CH3.
Yeah, a methyl, which is CH3. I'm just saying the same thing. And we're going to do to our phenylalanine, which is the same exact thing, the H and the C and the C, and the O and the OH, and then H3. Except this time, to our carbon, we're going to add our phenol group, which is an aromatic ring. Can anyone tell me what's cool about an aromatic ring? The bonds move, that's correct.
It can be like ketogenic or
Yeah, but I'm more focused on just the functional group itself of the phenol. It has high resonance. I think I heard that somewhere, yeah. So the bonds move around, so it's really stable, right? So adding on this highly stable group. Then we're moving on to a tyrosine. Yeah, tyrosine. Does anyone know phenylalanine and tyrosine? Just shout it out. Okay. No.
like the enzyme.
Like, what's the difference between the two? What changed from here to here? Yeah, we got a hydroxyl alcohol. And where do we add it? Oh, we add it to the aromatic ring. We're literally doing like the littlest steps in between. What enzyme is used in this process?
So from phenylene to tyrosine, it's phenylene hydroxylase.
So it's phenylalanine hydroxylase, yep. Cool. Does it require any cofactors or coenzymes?
Yeah.
BH4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll write that in red.
What's that called?
Then what? What happens to this BH4? Like, yes, it's important, but
BH2.
so it turns into BH2. So what's the difference between BH4 and BH2? Two hydrogens, that's it. So it's this big, giant, clunky ass thing, and all it does is give two hydrogens away. But we need to get that back, right? How are we going to get it back? NADPH. Cool. And then for shits and gigs, does anyone know how to get this back? Cool. I didn't expect any of you, except Yasela. She needs to know that. But how do you get NADPH? Yeah, called out, big dog.
In this room?
In overall. Try that. Hexose monosphosphate pathway.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, right.
From
Sorry.
G6P.
From G6P, yeah. So don't even worry about that. It's just trying to reinforce her at the same time. So tyrosine is going to go to what? L-dopamine. I'm going to abbreviate as L-dopa because, yeah. And what do? Something. Cool, easy peasy. Now, do I need anything for this? Tyrosine hydroxylase.
BH4.
And what was the other addition? Sorry?
BH4 and BH2.
BH4, which turns into BH2, which we already did over here, but I want to just draw BH4 to BH2. Anything else? Did I add anything interesting in this? So I added an OH, that is correct. Oops, I didn't write it on the last one either. I do need oxygen.
Oh. So BH2.
Just O.
Just
O2. So O2 is going to come in, and it's going to leave as H2O. Right, because I'm donating, there's an oxygen here, and it needs a hydrogen, so it gets two, there's two acceptable hydrogens here, and yeah, kind of just like that. Just kind of is. You need to add the oxygen. Okay, L-dopa to what? Cool. What changes? I'm removing this carboxylic group. So I have H. Any idea on an enzyme? Can even be a family of enzymes. Okay. Cool. Do I need anything else? D6. I'm going to put a box around B6 so you don't get confused with the BH4. Cool. Do you see how this changed quite dramatically? Instead of this carbon here, so this carbon is called a alpha carbon. It's a really big deal because it has 4 different things coming off of it. 4 unique things coming off of it. That's what makes it an alpha carbon, or it's called a chiral center. Because of that, its functionality is important for how the entire structure will work. In this case, we have a chiral center, and we've had one all the way up to here, but in here, we're removing the carboxylic group, and as a result, we have 2 hydrogens now taking its place. That now reduces the relative reactivity of it. This is kind of just an aside, but it reduces the reactivity of it, dropping its ability in a way. Does that kind of make sense? It's not as reactive as our initials. Cool. After dopamine is norepinephrine, and then finally epinephrine. Now my notes are not completely drawn out for this one, so I will either look in here or look to y'all to tell me the enzymes and stuff, because not bad. Would you rather I draw dopamine to norepinephrine over here, or draw norepinephrine over here and continue left to right? Left to right? Does this make sense? I can redraw dopamine if we need it to. It's all good. Makes sense? All right. The important thing that we changed here is that we changed the hydrogen, or the CH2, to a CHOH. That's the important change here. And last one is we are going to change the nitrogen from norepinephrine to epinephrine.
Is there an enzyme that turns dopamine to
I'm sure that there is. I don't have it written. I'd have to look in the notes to find it, or if you guys know it, shout it out and I'll write it down. Dopamine beta hydroxylase.
dopamine? Oh, that one. That's like the vitamin C. It's kind of hard to follow on here.
And what was required for that?
Vitamin C
Vitamin C.
and O2.
H2O comes off, and you need vitamin
Requires
C
O2. Vitamin C and O2.
and O2. Like that. And for the other one, norepinephrine and epinephrine, does anyone?
PMNT, can't pronounce it.
It's like phenyl.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
It's a huge S word.
PMNT.
PMNT it is. What the hell?
Methyl transferase. Phenyl. Yeah, so that's my written in this.
Let's see it one more time.
This is like.
So each step is like, the only thing he didn't include was the BH4.
I know, that's why. I was like, if I see it the full word written out, I can find the P, the M,
Phenyl
and the T.
And methyl transferase.
Phenylalanine and methyl transferase.
And then this would be same to solve.
Oh, this is
This is
I
same
kinda
to solve.
like-
perfect.
Kind of flow with it.
Okay, so this is phenyl ethanolamine. Phenylethylamine. Say it one more time. Yeah, phenylethylamine.
It's phenyl. Phenyl.
Oh, wait.
Phenoethanolamine, phenoethanolamine.
It's phenyl. It's PH.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's fine.
Spell it wrong. It's all
Yeah.
bad. But it's
I don't know if like it means something different.
where?
Never mind, ignore me. Keep going.
And N-methyl transferase, it just means it's a nitrogen with a methyl transfer. That's really all that it is. If you break down the word, it makes it so much easier. Break it down into parts. Oops. Pheno, ethanol, yeah. In biochemistry specifically, later you guys will come upon this and it will be extremely important. The enzymes name exactly what's going to happen most of the time, you know, with a grain of salt. But they name almost exactly what's going to happen, including not only the reactant, but what is being changed. Like phenylalanine hydroxylase, you're taking this phenylalanine and your hydroxyl and then lase, and lase means to, okay. So you're adding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So honestly, in terms of these special products, I've drawn out kind of what you need to see and understand in terms of doing it, you have to know what's going on with like here and B6 and vitamin C and sulfur adenosylmethionine and sulfur adenylyl homocysteine. So this is really important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of this to kind of draw that out. Cool. It was present in your guys' quiz, from what I heard. So do you guys know what sulfur adenosylmethionine like means? You guys get what it's saying? It's totally cool if not.
Nope.
Let's bust it down. It's just saying that you have. You guys know what an adenosine is?
Adenosine? Isn't that what caffeine blocks?
Those are your adenosine receptors, but it's yeah, it's a base. So like A, T, C, and G, it's A. Yeah. If you guys remember what that looks like, they're like polygons. Now I don't remember exactly what A looks like off the top of my head, so I'm just going to draw it as a pentagon. Whoops, wrong thing. So you can think of it like that, right? And that's going to be your A, let's say. Cool, your A. Now attached to your A is a sulfur. Okay, sulfur. And what about the rest of it? Well, Me stands for methionine. All right, awesome. Methionine. I'm gonna write meth because I don't want to write it all out. Now you guys should all kind of have an inkling of what methionine looks like because it's one of our amino acids, right? Now the difference between methionine and homocysteine is a methyl group. Now a methyl group is a CH3. So to make this a little bit more easily understandable, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have meth as most of our methionine, and then the last part is just going to be our CH3 or our methyl group. Okay? Now the difference between this and this is the loss of the methyl group, right? So if you were to also, let me be very clear, these are not exactly what it looks like. It's just more of like a visual aid. So don't go drawing this on the exam and say like, well, you know.
Will we need to draw on
No. No. Oh shit, my bad. My bad. I didn't even do
Raise the
that.
question right there. Start doing instruction.
My bad. So the loss of a methyl group from a methionine turns it into a homocysteine. That's it. That's what you need to understand. That's the difference between this and this. 90% of it is exactly the same. The only thing that has changed is this CH3 has been donated or taken away or gone to do whatever the hell it needs to do. In this case, it's here. So your sulfur adenyl methionine turns into your sulfur adenyl homocysteine because it is donating to this phenolethanolamine and methyltransferase to do some woo-woo magic. It's probably a lot of steps that I don't need to worry about, but you guys don't need to worry about, to turn norepinephrine into epinephrine or to add this OH right here. That's the importance of it. You're using this to power something happening in here to change this to this. That's it. That's what you need to understand from it. But we can't just have this SAH floating around. We need to have more SAMe because, well, norepinephrine and epinephrine are very much alike, but one is much stronger than the other. Which one? Don't remember off the top of my head. I'm sure some of you may know. It don't matter for this time. But the potency of both of them are different. So we need to use this one in some cases and this one in other cases. Fair enough, right? So how am I going to get SAH back to SAMe. I'm going to use two things, B9 and B12, or coalbumin and tetrahydrofolate, right? I'm going to erase these little pictograms real quick so I have more space. I want to do this big ass arrow, okay? So what do I need? I need B9 and B12. B9 and B12. Shout it out. Anyone know where I get B9 from?
Oh yeah, folic acid.
Okay, your diet. Sorry, much easier than you guys think, your diet. What about B12? Yeah, you'll never guess. It's also your diet. So can we make B9 or B12? Nah. Nah. The only way we're getting these is from our diet. But B9 or B12, one of them. Let me consult my notes here. That's 14, that's 10, that's 9, that's 8. Perfect. Yeah, so B9 has, I believe it's 5 different forms, but we need the form that's going to best suit us in this scenario. So what is that form? Well, it is going to be N5 methyl tetrahydrofolate. N5 methyl tetrahydrofolate. It's a big long word. And oh, this is B6. That's like B9. Whoopsie daisy. Scrub that from the recording. Oh man.
That's an NG.
What?
Like an N and a G.
A G.
He's talking about the N thing. N.
Oh, N5. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that looks more like a 5.
What is it? It's like nitrogen.
Yeah.
Could you quickly repeat again what we need to know about the SAMe going to SAH?
Yes. SAMe is a charged methyl group donator. That's all it does. It donates its methyl group. In this case, the active form is SAMe, and the inactive or used form is SAH. All you really need to understand is that it donates a methyl group to the enzyme. The enzyme does some stuff, and as a result, you get epinephrine from norepinephrine. That's what you need to know. You don't need to know specifics, just that it does.
Thank you.
Which is pretty awesome. Now, you have N5 methyl tetrahydrofolate. Well, what the fuck? What is that? It's just a big ass thing that has, you'll never guess, a methyl group on it. So it's a charged tetrahydrofolate, or B6, with a methyl group on it, because we need to donate back a methyl group. Fantastic. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to use methyl coalbumin.
Is it?
Or methyl B12. I'll just write the whole thing. Am I wrong? It's okay if I'm wrong. Please let me know.
Oh, it is a.
What? Run it by me.
Well, I just looking up that, that's the active form of B9.
Okay, so I was right.
You had it right.
Yeah, you had it
I got tripped up by this. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So it's B9 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doubting myself, kid. That's what I get. Methyl cobal. I hate that word, honestly. It's methyl B12 to me.
He said it is B9. I mean the full A.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my bad. Okay, so my N5 or my charged B9 version and my charged B12 version are going to work together to put a methyl group back on to my sulfur adenylyl methionine to salvage or recreate SAMe from SAH. Now that's important. If I cannot do that, I have the option of turning homocysteine into just normal cysteine, where it can have a total different outcome. And that would be in the lack of B9 or B12. Right? So we're seeing how kind of these levels of active forms play a really big role in what is going to happen as a result. This is exactly where Dale likes to play. This idea that you have not enough of this, more than enough of that, just enough of this, just enough of that, and seeing what would happen as a result. It's the philosophical manner that he loves to be in, right? So that's, understanding all of this is great, but being able to apply the like, well, what if I had none of this and what if I had none of that is really where he wants you to be.
Could you give us like an example question on that?
It'd be like if we didn't have B6, we couldn't make the.
So he'd be like someone that doesn't have a large amount of B9 would experience gross nervous system defects. What is going on? And you'd say, oh, well, since they don't have enough B6, they can't salvage, or B9, sorry, they can't salvage the methionine from the homocysteine. As a result of that, they can't make epinephrine from norepinephrine. Done. Right? You could also say someone has a lack of B6, what's going on? And you'd say, well, as a result of their lack of B6, they're not making dopamine from L-DOPA. But what he would go further with is he'd give you the options of like, well, you can't make phenylalanine or you can't make epinephrine, right? So it's a 3 steps further, but you have to understand that at the start, or 3 steps back, you stopped it.
Gotta be getting good.
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
Wait, what happens if there's no B9?
B9, so if you have no B9, then you don't have a methyl donator to charge the uncharged methyl donator. It's a lot of words to say you don't have the ammo to refill the magazine. Yes?
So would you say like the B9 and the B12, it's basically the same, like when you drew the little like curved arrow, you're kind of doing the same thing?
Yeah, so you could say that you want to go back to here, and how would I do that? I need B9 and B12.
That makes sense.
And then if you were to go further with that, you'd have to say, oh, well, I need these for my diet, right? But then you could look at any of them, right? You could be like, well, where am I getting this from? And you're getting it from glucose, but how am I getting glucose? Well, I could get it from any matter of way, right? So it's like a total pain in the ass.
That makes sense.
Mhm. Cool? Yeah.
I had a quick question about names for enzymes. I know in like some of his notes, he had like 2 different names for the enzymes.
Okay.
What's he gonna do for the test?
He'll give you the easy one. If it's like a named one, just coming up with something off the top of my head, but if it was like Cami's enzyme, he wouldn't give you Cami's enzyme. He'd give you like phenylethylamine and methyltransferase. You know what I mean?
Because I know in the notes for L-dopa to dopa, in one of his sets of notes, it's aromatic decarboxylase, and then another one it says dopa decarboxylase.
Okay, yeah, good question. That's a good example. So that's using a family of enzymes versus a very specific enzyme. So if I was to say that, I could do it a few different ways. I could say that from here to here is a hydroxylase enzyme. I could also say that from here to here is an amino acid hydroxylase enzyme. But if I wanted to be even more specific, then I could be it's a phenylalanine hydroxylase. That's kind of the idea that's going on there.
So the aromatic one's just a bit more specific.
Yeah, so the aromatic ones, well, aromatic is less specific. The L-dopa decarboxylase is very specific because it's named for the specific reaction, right?
Like if there was, is it like if there wasn't an aromatic ring and there's a different functional group, you would just tag that on and like be still decarboxylase or whatever.
Yeah, because all we're really doing is the decarboxylation of it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not, he doesn't get super nitpicky like that. What he will get nitpicky about is this. I remember a specific exam question that I had because it tripped me up was which of the following is the active form of B9 used in the salvage of homocysteine or methionine from homocysteine? And he gave N5 methyltetrahydrofolate, N3, N1,5, N1 like methyl carbotetrahydrofolate or something of the sort, you know? So very specific example in that manner. Any other burning question?
So is there like other examples of that? Like other like active forms of like B6 or things?
Yeah, so there is a ton of different active forms. You don't gotta know.
Yeah.
You don't gotta know them unless it's named very specifically in the reaction. And he will use it. He'll say, oh, in class he'll say it too, you know? It's not just like you have to read the book and figure it out. Does that make sense? Does that clear it up? Or not quite? There's 100 different frogs, but he only talks about 2 frogs. You only need to know the 2. You don't need to know all 100. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like the content from the chapters, does he pull exam questions from that?
No, he hasn't really pulled any exam questions from the chapters, but the chapters are more of a baseline for you to have a foundation for when you go into class for him to build upon.
So the only special products we need to know are from his handwritten notes?
Yeah, I would stress the handwritten notes very much, especially those special products, because those were heavily tested when I did it. Cool. If we are happy with this, I am going to move into DNA RNA. Does that sound good? If you guys end up having any more questions, go ahead and stop me, but I'm going to erase it so that stays.
Or how to weigh them out?
Yeah, I haven't been or like even looking at I just picked on straight like enzyme, cofactor, and
Like he's gonna be telling them.
so that makes sense.
Let me clarify real quick. There's more than just that in the special products,
Okay.
but that should kind of give you a good jumping off point
Yeah.
in understanding what you kind of need to know about it. So let's move into DNA, RNA, transcription, translation. We're gonna all kind of go through it together, and I'm gonna give you guys lists of questions of how he tested for me. In terms of the questions, there's a million different ones that you can pull, but I'll give you kind of an understanding of what he might stress on. So let's go through it, shall we? Whoops, that was fucking Maria. That one. Okay, DNA, RNA. This is gonna be super boring for half of it, I know, but you kind of gotta power through, right? Transcription, translation, everyone knows. DNA to mRNA to codon, anticodon to our lovely amino acids to proteins, right? Easy peasy. Let's stress some specific points about it, right? So we have two strands in our DNA, one that's 3 to 5, and the other one that's 5 to 3 because they're running anti-parallel to each other. I know. We can do like A, T, C, G, T, A, C, C, G, A, T, A, C, G, C, T, A. I'm just coming up with this off the top of my head, so it's not anything special. And that will be to the 5 prime end, A to T, T to A, G, C, A, T, G, G, C, T, T, G, C, G, T, 3. So we have a coding strand and a template strand. What is the difference? Template reads 3 to 5. It was a 50-50, it was worth the shot.
You remember it now, yeah?
For real.
Proud.
What is important about the coding strands that's different from the template strands? How about I make it easier? Which one of the two strands do we make our mRNA from? The template strands. Yeah, so we're using the template strand to make a corresponding mRNA thing, right? Easy peasy. Everyone, you got that. No problem. However, what's important to notice is that our mRNA is just a copy of our coding strand, but we're using uracil instead of thymine. Yeah, easy peasy. So let's draw that out too. So we're gonna do our mRNA. Jesus Christ. mRNA, and it's going to be 3 to 5. 5 to 3, because we are reading the template strand, which is up top. So let's write that all in real quick. What the hell? Uh-oh, what the fuck did I do? Sorry. Cool, everyone, super easy. We all got passed now, so you guys all know it. Now, with this mRNA strand, I'm going to use my codons, right? And where does this take place? mRNA and tRNA come together in what structure? Ribosome. Yeah, cool, awesome. So it's going to enter our ribosome, and in our ribosome, we're going to have our tRNA strand of anticodons, right? So my tRNA anticodon, Jesus Christ, is A, U, C, G, U, A, C, C, G. This is my tRNA.
Can you touch upon the green strand? It's been a while since I've done it.
Yeah. So from my DNA, I'm going to make a copy of it, and it's going to be my mRNA. This mRNA is going to be made from the template strand. So I'm reading my template strand from 3 to 5. And when I am reading it, I'm putting the corresponding matching base into a different strand, right? From 5 to 3. This strand is going to be a complementary, I guess is the word, to that template strand, right? And then instead of my thymines, I'm gonna have uracils, because I don't have any T's, I have U's instead. Does that?
Yeah. I just hear you say that you use the template strand, but I see that like if you were to just switch the T's with U's, that you'd be using the 5' to 3'.
Yes, perfect. That is a great thing to see. It's important that we use our template strands because we want to make a coding strand of mRNA. Since we can't just add these together randomly, we need to use the complementary thing to put it all together. For example, I have the perfect recipe for rum. I'm digging some rum recently. I'm feeling, sounds amazing. Coconut, specifically. Yeah, coconut rum, right? Now, my coconut rum is on a tablet, and I take a piece of paper, and I'm gonna charcoal dust over it, right? And I'm gonna get a strand corresponding to what that is, right?
Yep.
We're all happy with that? Now, this has turned into this, but I needed to use this one as a way of guiding how to make it.
Okay.
Does that make
Sounds
sense?
good.
Now, I've got my mRNA and my corresponding tRNA. When I read my mRNA, it's from the 5 to 3 direction. That's an important distinction to make as well. And these are codons, while these are anticodons. That's also a very important distinction to make as well. I can even write that. And these ones are codons. Now, if someone would so kindly figure out what these amino acids are, that'd be cool. Does anyone have the chart open?
Yeah.
Okay.
UAG. Oh,
UAG.
Yeah, UAG is stop.
Okay. CAU.
Yeah. Histidine.
HIS.
Yeah.
Next.
GGC. Glycine.
Glycine. UUA.
Phenylalanine. PHE. UGC. Cysteine. Is asparagine. ASP.
Okay, cool. This one is a stop, so
That wouldn't. But,
oops. Whatever. So now you'd have your strand of amino acids, which would correspond to your protein. What do I use to bind the amino acids together? What enzyme? What enzyme?
Peptidyl transferase.
Peptidyl transferase, yeah. And that's making what type of bonds?
Peptide.
Perfect, it is a peptide bond. Do you all know what a peptide bond is? Maybe, maybe not. Let's run through it real quick. It'll blow your mind.
It's between the carboxyl and the main group.
Yeah, so I have a COOH, right? And then my R because it's the rest of it. And then I have my NH3 to my carbon, which is attached to the rest. Yeah, whatever. You good with that? Now what happens is I'm going to remove a water, so an H2O. Where might I get that from, you might ask? Good question. Well, I have an O and an H and a hydrogen here. Cool. So it's going to be an R to CO to a nitrogen, the hydrogen, my carbon. And I'll also have that as well. Does that make sense? Cool. Awesome. Now you guys know. Now let's not that back. So that's what's going on between each addition of those. Yes, easy peasy. Cool. Great. So here's my chain of amino acids, which is in turn going to be a protein. If you really wanted to go into this more, you would see histidine, glycine, phenylalanine, cysteine, and asparagine. You'd draw them all out, you'd link them together, and then you would put the ones that are acidic in nature close to each other, polar in nature close to each other, and you would start to form a protein, and you don't have to do that. So, but that's kind of what the next step would be, right? Because you have your primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary structures. Primary coming from the linkage, secondary coming from beta and alpha, or alpha helices and beta pleated sheets. Tertiary is the overall interactions between the groups, and quaternary is interactions between multiple of these structures together with each other. So a quick review was good. Now, here's what Dale will do. He will give you simply this. He will not tell you the template strand. He will not tell you the coding strand. He may also very well just give you one half of this. What he will then say is which of the following is the correct tRNA codon, anticodon, for the third amino acid. And you'd have to go through it, figure it out, find it out, write it out. Now, what's important about this is that he will give you answers that all make sense, and if you make a tiny mistake, you'll get the wrong answer. I'm being very honest. So read it well and go slow. When he'll say, given this, what is the third codon? Or third anticodon? Let's go with anticodon. And he'll say, this is our template one, right? But you'll find this one, and you'll go here, and this is going to be our third anticodon of CCG. Now, what's important to recognize about that is that this side is 3, and this side is 5'. So he'll give you two options relating to that one. One that reads CCG from 3 to 5, and one that reads CCG from 5 to 3. So off the bat, Awesome, right? Everyone loves that. Secondly, what he'll do is he'll go backwards. So if you read it the wrong way, he'll go 1, 2, 3, and he'll give you UAA from 3 to 5 or 5 to 3. So that's 4 different options, all of which somewhat make sense, right? Another fun thing that he could do is give you the codon itself, GGC, backwards and forwards both ways, and opposingly, AUU, backwards and forwards both ways as well. Even further from that, he could give you the coding strand or a template strand, whichever one, and give you that set as well. So there is a multitude of different things that he can swap around, change, and alter to make these questions all unique, right? Another thing that he could do is say, what is the third amino acid of the chain? And then you'd have to go through it all, and name it. Then he'll say, if you change the 8th place nucleotide from on your coding strands, you can say coding or template. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're going from 5 to 3, but you also have to remember it could be from 3 to 5. So you have to move it around that way as well. And he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You change the T to an A. What is the amino acid at that instead? Or what's the order of the amino acid? Yeah, it's a lot. And one tiny thing is gonna make you get a totally different answer. So what I'd like to do is practice that real quick. I'll give you guys 3 different questions, and I'm going to erase some of the helpful information. Are we all happy with this? Does anyone want to take a picture before I erase anything? Yeah.
You had mentioned that he might not tell us what the template strand is and which one the coding strand is.
Yeah.
So will he then have the 3 and 5 prime on it?
Yes, he'll have it labeled
Oh.
3 to 5 and 5 to 3.
So we'll know that the template's always 3 to 5 and
Yeah.
coding's 5 to 3.
Yeah. And it's also likely that he'll just give you one, and say it's the mRNA, and say what's the template strand, or even what's the coding strand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to erase. I guess I can keep that up. It's not a big deal.
Just a little things like 5 to 3 is all codon or the coding strand based on the test.
I do remember.
That's pretty much the same word, codon, coding. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. That's nice.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah.
If I wanted to get the rest of the recording, I just find you on campus, or were you gonna post it somewhere?
Someone's gonna get it, and you'll all
Okay.
give it out to each other.
Because I gotta keep going.
Yeah, I understand.
Because the codons are 5 to 3. But the anti-codons are 3 to 5.
hopefully you all can see that. Can you all see it? And can you read the question? So question 1 is, what is the third amino acid? Question number 2 is, what is the anticodon, the second anticodon? And question number 3 is, in the DNA, place number 4 is now C. What is the new amino acid? It might not change. I don't know. I really just wrote it off the cuff. So good luck. Work on that. While you guys are working on that, I'm going to re-go over urea stuff. So I feel confident that I'll tell you the right thing. And don't be afraid to talk to each other either. It's all good. This ain't no quiz.
Or is it? Third question. Isn't the third question already a C? The given is
No, because it's the coding strand.
You're not giving.
Yeah, like for. Well, it's the same still. There's template. Am I tripping?
Yeah,
The four,
but I think he's asking for the template strand.
the template strand is also. Oh, I see what you're saying. Thank you. So when he asks for just general DNA, he's saying template strand.
Because that's what you.
Is this the coding string? Did you get her or mine?
Yes,
Let's see. I got GGU. Wait, I might have just put this wrong. I did mRNA. Okay. And then I did mRNA. And then for these, do you do it just since this chart is from 5 to 3? Do you read these or is it mRNA? Are you doing the tRNA or the mRNA? tRNA. tRNA. Okay, wait, let me go back. Okay, so tRNA from 5 to 3 though, so it's CA according to this chart. So CA.
everything stays the same, but you change U to A. Yeah. Because
Just change. Yes, but we didn't change.
I'm like, maybe the and then H and G.
oh yeah, you.
Right?
Every key that you see.
Oh, this first?
Oh yeah.
So not the example.
Not that one, because I'm not gonna do that one, right?
So then
I should have written it better.
Oh, because this is, on this, from this to this, we're only changing from styrene.
I got.
You got CC? Yeah.
Yeah, so
You guys get this?
Okay, correct.
and we're just swapping from the template strand.
I don't say. Wait, do you?
So, we went from, sorry. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, just the T's and the A's.
right.
Yes.
I didn't see
But then the TR is around 5, but our chart is from 5 to 3.
Right.
Can I ask you to check that one?
So you, that's because he was like, you always read it in one lecture when these things always have a grade. I said, that's great.
He
was
gave us the
flipping
coding
something.
So then,
That's the coding string.
so then, yeah.
Or is that too
But the chart is from 5 to 3, so that's what he was talking about flipping it.
So then you read it then.
So like, I think so like the first one, the tRNA is 3 to 5, but when you're looking for it in the chart, it's you look for CAU because the chart is used to 5 to 3. I think. This be the second intake?
Okay, are we ready?
It's 5 to 3.
Yeah, ready? Let's do it. I'll do them all. Trial by fire.
I got it. Did you guys get aspartame,
All right, let's go through it.
PCC,
So,
and arginine?
I'm given this DNA. How do I read DNA? 3 to 5 or 5 to 3?
3 to 5.
So I read it 3 to 5.
Template strand.
So I'm going to say that this is my
Coding.
coding strands, which I'm pretty sure most of you thought.
Bingo. 1 point.
Now I need to make a template strand. How am I going to make my template strand? From 3 to 5. So I just need to go under it. Opposite of T is A, T, C, G, G, T, A, T, C, C, G, 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 A. And that's a 5. So this is my template strand. So that's the first step, is that we're finding the template strand. 10. Next, what I need to do is I need to find my mRNA. How do I make my mRNA?
Follow the coding strand, but change the T's into U's.
Yep. Or I use my template strand. Both of those work. What does my RNA start with? 5 or 3?
5 prime.
5. It starts with a 5. So I'm going to do it in red. 5 prime. So it's going to be U, A, G, C, C, A, U, U, T, whoops. A, A, T. Wait, what the hell? Oh yeah.
UUA.
UUA, sorry, my bad, my bad.
You're doing so good.
Thank you. G, G, C, 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 U. It's going to be 3 prime. This is going to be my M, R, and A. So far, so good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to write our anticodons because it just makes life a little bit easier. How do I read my mRNA? From 5 to 3 or from 3 to 5?
3 to 5.
How do I read my mRNA? 5 to 3. It's backwards. So it's 3 to 5, and I read it from 5 to 3. Yeah? So it's going to be A, U, C,
Ignore it. Yeah.
or
Yes. That's the section of how you
oh, did you use the initial as a coding?
Yeah, because it said 5 to 3.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
It is the coding strand. This is the coding strand. Then I made a template strand.
Right.
Just because it makes it easy to see. And then I'm using.
Is the mRNA?
Okay, I see where the confusion is. The confusion is that I'm using my template strand to create an mRNA strand. Using this mRNA strand, it's just going to be, here's where it gets tricky. My mRNA is my coding strand, but without the T's, it's the U's instead. But if you want to do it the right way, the clean way, whatever the hell you want to say it, you're finding the template, and then from the template, you're making the mRNA based off of the corresponding bases that work together.
But you can do it off the coding strand.
Yes. So, yeah. What, if I wanted to, what I could do is just not even write this template. You don't have to write the template. You definitely do not have to write the template. He's not going to ask you to write stuff out. It's a multiple choice every time. I just write the template so it's easier to see the way in which I am continuing. Does that make sense? So my last codon, anticodon, sorry, is G, G, A. Now this is my T, R, N, A. Does anyone have the codon chart ready?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, does anyone remember how I read my mRNA? 3 to 5 or 5 to 3? 5 to 3. Perfect, right? So I'm going to go UAG. What is UAG?
You were about to stop?
Fine. Okay. What about CCA? Pro.
So you do it.
Okay, UUA. Lucy? Is it LYS?
LEU.
Jesus. Okay, what about GGC? GLY? And CCU? Pro? Okay. Can everyone follow how I did that? Do I need to go back to any of the steps? Go once.
Yep. I'm just on the black part at the end.
This
the
part?
Stop part, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so my mistake. I literally came up with this just randomly. I wrote random ones, so I did not know what it was going
It's
to be.
okay.
Stop is just the stop codon, which means that it's empty. It doesn't have an amino acid in it.
I think I'm just having a hard time reading the chart.
Cool. Perfect. It's
Doesn't
very,
it doesn't have an anti-codon?
yeah, it's not supposed to have the anti-codon. So you're reading the codon.
I think it's important.
So you're starting with 5, and then you're
Like it
going
technically doesn't
to 3.
have
So you're finding the first one. So in this case, let's take the first one.
Stop. Does everyone read
Stop
okay, so
doesn't
reading
have-
the mRNA strand?
Yes.
No, but besides this is there wouldn't be.
Okay.
So I'm starting with my mRNA.
It stops because there is no
So I have the red box.
He would never give us something. No, don't make him see is the first one. It would always be the last one. So it doesn't have anything.
Got it. I was reading the wrong line.
There you go.
today.
Good question. I also did too.
Yeah, because it's a codon chart, not an anti-codon chart. I write out the anti-codon, the question comes out. Does that make sense?
Do we pick codons probably because it codes for stop too.
Yeah. So let me shed some clarification. The chart that you guys are using is called the codon chart. You are using the codon from the mRNA, or red in this case. The reason that I am writing out the anti-codon, which is present on the tRNA, is because it's in one of the questions. Just like your template strand, you don't need to write it, you just need to understand what it will become. Does that clear up some confusion? So what am I using when I'm doing the chart? I'm using the red. And how do I read it? I read it from 5 to 3. It says it on the chart too. The chart that Dale gave you, he'll give you again. And it says 5, so you'd go from 5, you'd go UAG. Perfect. Easy peasy. What is it going to be? It's going to be stop. Which, my bad. Okay, cool. Ready for action?
So if there's a question on an anti-codon, would you answer that from 3 to 5 or 5 to 3?
It would be labeled in the answer.
On which way he wants it?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a good question. So these are the anti-codons, and they're 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Yep. And he will tell you in the answer. He won't give you like 3 AUC 5. And then he'll also give you 5 AUC3. He won't really do something like that. It's a little bit too confusing. He'll maybe put it backwards. 3 CUA. Does that make more sense? Or he'll change it entirely. Yeah. Do you need me to write out like a
Wait, actually, that just confused me a lot.
Always be 3 to 5?
Yes.
Okay.
So the correct way is always 3 to 5 for anti-codons.
In class, he wrote it 5 to 3.
That's because he was like, that's what he was saying. If he's like, he's always doing 5
He was
to
like
3,
always
do 5
right
to
at
3.
5 to 3.
I was
I
not
think that's
there.
where everybody else
Well, he the textbook says too, though, the textbook has
anti-codon.
So did I write it wrong? Is that what we're coming to agreement here?
No, I don't think, I mean, I've always done it this way.
Yeah, but when we answer it, we gotta flip it.
So are you referring to specifically the codon portion or the
Anti-codon.
anti-codon? Okay. If he would make it so that you can understand what it is. It's not like, oh, it's gonna be this and that, all the same thing. Like an example choice that I doubt he would give
Yeah, that guy.
is like 3 AUC 5 AUC. He wouldn't he wouldn't ask it in this manner because he isn't dictating like which way he really wants it to be. Does that make sense? Yeah, a lot of questions. Go ahead.
Well, I think that our confusion came from it wasn't in this like way. It was when he drew the like almost like the T, you know, like the clover like.
Oh, he drew it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so he was pointing to where the prime connects with the 5 sign, you know, and he was saying like it's always gonna be 5 prime.
Oh, okay, I see. In that case, he'll write it like however he wrote it. Whatever he said in class is how he'll do it. I don't remember him doing that. He does change it every quarter, so.
So what's the answer? 3 prime to?
So if
Yeah,
you ever,
that's
if you
what
ever
it is.
asked about it, it
For-
would be
I think he's talking about like A or B.
Oh, in this case, he wouldn't give you these options. Like this is fucked up. This is too close.
I feel like that's why he would ask that.
He like specified it so much in class too that I feel like
No, he like repeated it.
Like, the textbook right here.
He'd give you something like that.
But they'll all be like,
So it starts off as
or they'll all be fine.
It's like, follow this is my theorem. Which actually would read it C-A-U.
I mean,
So from the mRNA stream, it would be right, like yeah, exact fine. Like on this chart, which is the first base. I mean, you're still always reading this based off mRNA, but if you would
That's why he's
write it GG, or would you read it like write it UGG?
should know. From there, it's just whether you fucking up translate.
Okay, it seems like I've melted y'all faces pretty crazy. I want you to not worry as much. It's crazy. I understand. It is okay. When he is going to ask you these questions, he will write it as such. His answer choice will be reasonable. Okay? If he was to say, let's do it, right? What is the third amino acid? Leucine. Easy. Perfect. Easy. Number 1, leucine. L-E-U.
wait.
Good. Number 2.
when it's the third AA, do you read that from?
However, I made this strand because when I'm making this strand, it's literally being popped off. So like one side is the start and the other side is still being
So
made.
it'll just be always from like left to right.
From start to stop.
I think that's where the confusion is, because if we read it from the 5 prime, then it could be.
Right to
I mean, in this example, it's still the same answer, but like,
Oh, okay, I understand the confusion. So using the codon chart, you're always gonna start with the 5' side first. So if I was to read this RNA, I would start from the 5' side. I'm always gonna start from the 5' side. My 5' side is gonna say UAG. In return, that is going to leave me with a stop codon. Whatever, who cares, doesn't matter. Let's move on to the next one, because I'm still reading from 5 to 3, because you have to zipper it together. So I'm reading CCA. Well, what is that gonna leave me with? It's gonna leave me with a proline. Perfect, great, I have a proline. Now, I'm reading UUA. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna get a leucine. Now, what I want you to understand is that the difference in our ribosome, we'll draw our ribosome, from proline, which would be like here, I'm just gonna put a P, attached, right, to our little fork thing. And then the extension of this chain is going to look as such. It's going to be a proline attached to a leucine, which is still connected. You see how I'm extending this chain further? When I were to put on the next one, it would be PLG. Right? So it's the 1, 2, 3, the third one that I added, or
Added on the 3', or sorry.
no priming on our amino acids. They're just together. It's based off of this. Right? There's no longer any prime to it at all. Coolio?
Yes.
Yeah. Since it is the third amino acid, I would say 1, 2, 3. It's leucine. Perfect. Done. No problem. This is a bad example because this would be a start codon, and the start would be which is methionine. Yeah. So it'd be methionine, proline, leucine. Okay. Well, my third one, leucine. Done. No problem. Easy peasy. Cool. Now the second question: what is the anticodon or the second anticodon? Now, it's going to be in, we'll say GGU, but I have to label my sides, right? So I'll say 3, 2, G, G, U, 5. Here we go, done. If I just write GGU, it's not specific enough because you don't know which side you're reading from. Yes?
So he had a similar question like this in class, and he was asking for the anticodon. And instead of writing 3'5', he wrote 5' 3'.
So just switch it around.
So
it could be.
He won't give us like two options. One 3'5', the
No.
other 5. So
He won't. So good question. If I was to give you this and whoopsie, U, G, G. It's the same thing.
no, I know, but he's not going to give us because
Oh, I understand. He won't give you GGU
Yeah.
with a 5 on this side and a 3 on that side. Is that your question?
Yeah.
So it is structurally different. And no, he wouldn't give you something like that. He'd change one of the letters, or he'd change the format of the letters. He'd be like, he'd give you this one instead, AAU. So another option would be AAU. Another one you could think of would be CCA, right? And why would he give you CCA? Well, because that's the codon, not the anticodon. So he's hoping that you fuck up. Well, not hoping, he does actually hope that you do very well.
It's not like that. He's a good guy.
He does actually care. And two other options that he could give you, let's say he could give you GGT and whoopsies, GGU, right? So this would be like A, B, C, D. Cool? So they're all viable options because they're all taken from the very things that we wrote here together. But they're at different spots. See what I'm saying? Cool? Yeah.
To interrupt, but what's your plan with the recording for anyone that has to go?
I'm going to send it out to as many people that can take it. They will send it out to whoever.
Like the Discord.
Yeah, however you guys want. I'm giving it to you guys. That's my getting it out to everyone is going to be hard for me. So, cool. Cool. Okay. Now, question number 3. The DNA place number 4 is now a C. What is the new amino acid? This was kind of a fucked up question, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little bit bad on my behalf. We can start with the one that we had, our codon strand, and we'll change it, because normally we read our codon, or normally we read from 3 to 5, right? So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and now instead of a C, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's still a C. So what changed? Nothing. Yeah. And then he'll go, so what's the amino acid? And then you go through it all over again, and you know this is part of the second to last codon. So it's a glycine. And you just say glycine, it codes for glycine. But what he will do is he'll give you all the other options for what that could be on the anti-codon table.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Why'd you go from 3 to?
Normally we read 3 to 5.
And why'd you do that on the coding strand, not the template strand?
Because I drew the coding strand first.
He flipped them, you probably did 3 and 5, and his are like this.
So the question asks DNA place 4, so would
So
they not
let me be
be
very
used?
clear, the question that I asked was not specific enough, and that's a little bit on me. It's more to kind of give you an understanding of how he would write it. He'd write it way better too. Let me also state that. When I say, I would say DNA place number 4 on the given strands is now C instead of, or I'll just say is now C on this strand. And you just, you know that you start from the 3 side. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 4th spot. I'm changing a C to a C, so it's remaining the same. I did not draw this one out, or this was not given. Only this top one was given first. That's why. He will only adjust the one that he gives you.
So it doesn't matter if it's a template or a codon, it doesn't.
But just know you would do it from 3 to 5.
So like if
Yeah,
we
so
use
he
the
could say that
template-
this one, he might label this one as the coding strands, and then tell you from DNA place number 4 is now C, from 3 to 5 on coding.
So if it was like the template one, it would just be this 3 to 5. Like you
Yeah,
said,
so if he said on the template strands, right, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, this G would change to a C, then you would have the change. Probably. It depends on what it actually does, right? His question, for his exams, when he writes the questions, after the exam, he goes back and he reads all of the questions, the ones that people got super wrong. He throws out ones that people performed really poorly on, and he really reads them to make sure that they were fair. That's something that he stresses on, and I've seen, so it's actually pretty cool.
Do you like curves and grays?
What's that?
So like there's a curve like before.
So instead of a curve, he gives everyone the point. So let's say this question, number 3, he believes that it was not fair, he'll just give everyone the point. You just automatically get the point.
Okay.
Cool. Are we ready to go on to the last thing?
Yes.
Last thing, Maria, real quick and dirty.
Yeah. Give it to us. I can say it.
Alright, everybody, just get every question on.
We get every question.
And you got no choice.
Everyone gets every question wrong because we talk.
That's what happens, bro.
Alright, the urea cycle is an interesting one. What is urea? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Waste.
Waste? Yeah, that's waste. What does it look like? Anyone know what it is? Like
The last sentence are
an H.
literally just a C.
An H what?
So you go back from
NH3
H4,
or 4. 3 or 4 plus.
but then
I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
it's the fourth one, it's just
I think NH3 is a mean.
What is it? NH3 or NH4?
What is it?
so it's still just
NH3 is a mean.
because all you do is change the C to a C. So it doesn't change.
You know what? That sounds.
Alright, we're going 3.
That sounds right.
Cool. NH3. So a NH3 group is a free ammonia. Free ammonia is bad. Causes a lot of issue. Where do I get these free ammonias from? From my amino acids, my amino acid skeletons, right? If you guys remember, I have the NH3. Jeez, dude. Attached to the carbon, which, you know, yeah, whatever, right? So when I am doing amino acid metabolism or amino acid turnover, I am breaking them down to take what I believe to be useful from them. When I do that, I am generating a free ammonia, or an NH3. This is bad. NH3 will cause a lot of damage to stuff, yada yada, so on and so forth. Cool? We need to take care of this NH3. What we're going to do is we're going to take an alpha ketoglutarate, and we're going to add this NH3 group on it, and we are going to make glutamate. This is the amino acid skeleton, it's drawn pretty poorly. We're adding this NH3 to our alpha ketoglutarate, and we are getting glutamate. Now that's great and all, it's another amino acid that we all know and love. Cool. I've made something that I can use from something that was waste. Awesome, upcycle, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Is
Okay.
that NH3 from that?
NH3 is from
Like oxidative deamination.
From deamination, which could be protein. Jeez, dude. Protein metabolism, protein turnover, yada yada, so on and so forth. There's a lot of different things that it could come from. Cool. Now, my glutamate is really neat. My glutamate can take up another NH3 group and become glutamine. And I'll take, or another free ammonia, and become glutamine. Glutamine, you guys know about, right?
Yeah. It's an amino acid.
It is an amino acid. Glutamine? Oh, it can also make GABA? Fuck, I thought I read that. Glutamate is the universal. Symptoms of ammonia intoxication: slurred speech, vomiting, bloody vision, or blurred vision.
Tremors,
Okay.
much.
Glutamate to glutamine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. To glutamine. Our glutamine and can flow through our blood. Cool. to our liver. Which is where we're going to take care of it. Now, what's really fun is that we can turn glutamine back into glutamates. And how would I do that? Glutaminase. Cool, but now I have this free ammonia, which is going to be transported to urea.
I'm sorry, the glutamine is, or the enzyme is?
So the enzyme is removing the NH3, and the NH3 is going to become urea. Glutamine to glutamate, and it's going to remove an NH3.
So it uses that. It uses water to do that, right?
I think so. Does that help?
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Glutaminase. How are we doing? We're following? We're good? Okay. And then my urea goes into, did I write liver? Did I write kidney?
No.
I sure hope so. God damn it. Alright, give me 1 second. Chat amongst yourselves. Let me double check everything.
It is liver.
It is liver?
So it's for sure liver. Yeah, you got it. Goes to liver and then it goes to.
Yeah, it was right. Okay, cool. Alright. Apologies. I do apologize. I thought I had that. So my urea is produced by my glutamine to glutamate, which uses my glutaminase. As a result of that, I have urea, which is now a stable form of these free ammonia groups. These stable free ammonia groups in the form of urea are going to go back into my blood to my kidney, where they will be excreted out as urine. Cool. So my two options are to make free ammonia and put it in the blood, or to make glutamine and put it in the blood. The making of glutamine is much better because it's a stable carrier of these free ammonia groups, and I can put 2 of them on there. Pretty sweet. If I can put 2 of them on there, it's going to go back to my liver, and my liver has the glutaminase, which can remove the NH3, creating ammonia, or urea, Jesus, dude. And the urea is going to go into my blood to the kidney where it gets excreted out. If I have too much high of NH3 or free ammonia in the blood, it's going to cause a lot of issues. NH3 by itself is positive and polar, and will, since it's high proteination, it's going to be either acidic or basic, whatever. It's going to mess with the pH. I forget exactly what, but messing with the pH is going to mess with our ability to carry oxygen. Messing with our ability to carry oxygen is, well, no good. Cool? Question. That was kind of quick and dirty, and I went over that fast. Yes?
Did you say glutamate could also go to the blood directly?
Yes, glutamate can also go directly into the blood.
Binds to free.
But the reason we don't do that most of the time is because we can add another one to make glutamine.
Metabolic alkalosis.
So how would you ask the test question for?
Ooh. I don't quite remember the questions that he did ask for this. Do you remember questions he asked for urea cycle?
Because the NH3.
Okay, so you didn't even do it last quarter? So what's interesting to note is that last quarter, he did not do DNA, RNA stuff.
We didn't have any of
But-
the transcription translation.
Yeah.
So what'd you guys do instead?
Just reading that.
They just went really slow. My quarter, we did a ton of the DNA stuff.
Oh, the titration curves.
Oh, and
we did that.
yeah.
We went really heavy into like resonance, PK, pH, and then the titration curves. But we didn't have this.
Yeah, you guys have it, so that's why I have it.
Like, we like
It literally changes every quarter. If he's stressing highly about stuff, then that's what's going to be on it. Also, I am in contact with him, so I don't get the exam, but I get what the topics are going to be with specificity. A good example was last quarter, he told me like, oh, it's going to be this, 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 and this, with a high stress on this, 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 and this.
Okay.
And so topics wise, and then I'll tell you, it's not a lock and key secret thing, so.
Like next week
I don't know. Probably next week. I haven't seen him. When is your guys? It's week 4?
I think it's Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Okay. Yeah.
Tuesdays on Thursday?
On Thursday.
So. Jill.
Yeah. But we get them. No, I think we get them.
Yeah, I'll either email him or go into his office and talk to him about it. But I'll know. He might have not even started writing the exam yet.
Well, that'll be, I guess we'll know then if week 1's on it.
Yeah. He does have, Biochem II has their exam this Thursday, so he's probably more worried about that one right now. Any other burning questions? No? Alright. Cool.
Farewell. Thank you.
I forget who gave